Welcome back to the Datarekha audio guide. I'm Diya.
And I'm Arjun. Today we are taking on an idea that sounds almost too simple to be true. And once it clicks, half the mysteries of AI just dissolve.
So set it up for me. Every time one of these models writes a poem or debugs your code or explains your blood test, underneath, what is it actually doing?
One thing, exactly one. You give it some text, and it predicts what comes next. Not the next sentence. The next little chunk? What we call a token. Predict the token, stick it on the end. Do it again. That's the whole engine.
Hang on, that's autocomplete. That's the little grey suggestion on my phone keyboard.
It is genuinely the same idea, just scaled up almost beyond belief. Let me make it concrete. Type the words the capital of France as, and stop. What's next?
Paris, come on.
Obvious to you. But here's what the model does. It doesn't look anything up. It takes every word it knows, roughly 100,000 of them, and scores each one for how likely it is to come next. Paris wins by a mile, because in all the text it ever read, that phrase was followed by Paris thousands of times.
So there's no little fact inside it that says France, capital, Paris.
No table, no database, nothing to retrieve. Just a prediction that happens to be right, because the pattern was overwhelming. And hold on to that, because it explains everything strange these models do later.
Okay, you keep saying token, not word. Why does that distinction earn its keep?
Because the model never sees letters or words. It sees tokens, these subword pieces. A common word like the is one token. Something rare, say our name, Datarekha, gets chopped into data and rekha, two tokens. And this isn't trivia. Everything you pay for and wait for is counted in tokens. The price, the context limit, the speed. Tokens are the currency.
Right, so we've got one prediction. How do we get from one word to a whole paragraph?
You just loop. The model predicts Paris. You glue Paris onto the end. Then you feed that whole thing back in and ask again. What's next? A full stop. Maybe. Feed it back. What's next? Eventually, it decides the thought is done and emits a little "I'm finished" signal. Predict, append, repeat. That loop is the entire act of writing.
That's wild, because the output feels like it's thinking ahead, like it has a plan for the sentence.
It feels that way, but it's choosing one token at a time, and every choice locks in the next, which leads to the single most useful thing you'll learn today. Once the model starts down a path, it commits. If the first three words of its answer are, "I'm sorry, I can't," it will almost certainly keep refusing, even if your request was completely fine.
Oh, because each token it's already said becomes part of the input shaping the next one.
Exactly. The beginning of the answer steers all the rest. That's why how you prompt matters so much. You're really nudging those first few tokens.
So let me push on the uncomfortable part. If it's only predicting plausible text, it can sound totally confident and be totally wrong.
That's the whole story of hallucination in one sentence. Ask it the capital of France as, and you get Paris. Ask it the capital of Westeros as, a fictional place, and it'll cheerfully tell you King's Landing in the exact same confident voice. There's no inner alarm that goes off and says, "Careful, I don't actually know this." From the inside, plausible and true feel identical.
Which is why you can't trust it raw. You bolt things onto it.
Right. It learned grammar, facts, reasoning patterns, style, all from predicting text. But it never learned truth, and it doesn't get live information. So in real systems, we give it tools. Let it actually search, call a calculator, hit a live database. And we build evils to catch it when it drifts. The model is the engine. The tools are how you keep it honest.
So the one sentence to walk away with:
An LLM is a next token predictor. Everything else, the brilliance and the blunders, fall straight out of that. Get it? And you'll stop being surprised by either one.
Beautifully put, that's the Datarekha audio guide. We'll see you in the next one.